Let's look at some real examples of problems reported by callers for call flows created in Interaction Attendant. Keep in mind that this is based on Interaction Center 3.0 Service Update 10. I've created an example attendant profile to simulate a relatively simple call flow for a new business. It has a schedule for regular business hours, the default schedule to handle after-hours calls, and planned holiday and unplanned outage schedules that simply route calls to the after-hours schedule. Callers who do not select a menu option should be routed to customer service. I'll stop here to mention that technical troubleshooting is only useful when you know what to troubleshoot. This may seem a bit obvious, but many problems go unresolved much longer than necessary simply because the right questions were not asked. Your job as a troubleshooter is to answer the questions why and how. But to do this, you need to know what, when, and where. What happened? Get as detailed a description as possible of exactly what went wrong. If you're not absolutely sure you understand the complaint, ask follow-up questions to get more detail. If possible, get a call ID of an example and find out if the issue is reproducible. When did this happen? Or more importantly, when was it last working correctly, and is it still happening? This will give you a time frame to work with and help to avoid the proverbial haystack. Who did or does this happen to? What is the scope of the problem? Does it only happen in a single instance, or is it a company-wide issue? If you want the right answers, be sure to ask the right questions. In the first example, it is early morning, a few minutes after 8 a.m., and the customer service group informs you that callers are still being presented with the after-hours menu. For this one, you don't even need to leave Interaction Attendant. Select the business hours schedule and notice the tabs at the bottom of the property sheet. While the configuration of each tab may be modified, only the active tab is evaluated by Attendant. In this case, the yearly tab is active, and you know that the System tab, where you have linked a business hours system schedule, should be the active tab. You also know that a colleague was updating Attendant over the weekend, and upon asking, find out that your well-meaning friend was learning a bit more about schedules and didn't realize that changing the active tab would break anything. Problem solved. For the second example, you are informed that callers are reporting dead air. You ask for more information and find that this happens occasionally, but not all the time, and you are provided with a call ID of an example. Armed with a call ID, one of the best places to start is the call log. Browse to the log folder for the day in question and open the call log. To find the log for a specific call ID, open the Filter menu and select Filter Configuration. In the Filter Configuration dialog, open the Filter menu and create a filter for a context attribute. Select Context Attribute 1 from the drop-down, enter the call ID in the Search Item field, and click Add. Click OK to exit the dialog and apply the filter. You should now see the call log for the interaction in question. Now we can see when the call came in and ended, the calling and called numbers, and that the remote party disconnected the call. But there's not a lot of other information yet. To help with this, Interaction Attendant has the ability to insert an entry in the call log for each node the call passes through. For a node you would like to see in the call log, check the box for Add Entry to the Interaction Log. With a new example, we can now see that the call made it to the customer service menu, but then disconnected about 30 seconds later. A quick look at this node in Attendant reveals the problem. When creating the customer service menu, you had forgotten to modify the default values in the repetition section to allow a caller who does not press a key to be transferred to the queue. A few seconds should be sufficient to give a caller who knows their customer number time to press 1. Your customer service call flow allows callers who know their customer number to enter it. Back-end customizations then attempt to deliver the call to the rep that handles that specific customer account. In the last example, a customer reports that when they enter their customer number, they are routed to the wrong representative. You are given a call ID and told that their customer number is 12345. The call log for this example shows that the caller did pass through the node to enter their customer number, but doesn't tell us a whole lot more, Let's look at another troubleshooting tool provided by Interactive Intelligence Support. Snapshot gives you the ability to analyze a log and view data in a concise report. It includes reports to analyze SIP traffic, ACD calculations, telephony services, and more. For this example, we'll analyze the IP log. Drag the log containing the interaction you want to analyze onto Snapshot and click Index Log. Note the start and end times in the call log and enter a time range that includes the entire interaction. If there are only a few interactions during this time period, the one you are interested in may be obvious. If not, enter the call ID into the search field and click Search to find it. Right-click on the desired interaction and select Details. The resulting analysis is a filtered view of the log containing the highlights of the interaction in question, and is incredibly useful when troubleshooting call flows and custom handler applications. It shows attendant nodes the call pass-through, WAV files and prompts played to the caller, digits the caller pressed, and more. For this example, we see that the call was answered by the system, handled by the main number profile, and the business hours schedule. The caller selected option 3 for customer service, then pressed 1 to enter a customer number. In this case, we see that the caller entered 12354 and should have entered 12345. While we now know that the issue was not a result of a misconfiguration in the system, we can help the caller by configuring Attendant to play back the number entered and prompt them to verify it.